News start tonight with breaking news. Columbus SWAT officers on the scene of a barricade situation. All of this happening at a home on Minnesota Avenue that's in North Linden. Rob Wells is there live for us tonight. And Rob, what exactly can you tell us? The popularity of e-cigarettes seems to be growing every day. More and more of these shops popping up across Central Ohio. You can find them pretty much anywhere. The number of teens using rising as well.
For more than a decade.
Now, we first told you about this as breaking news at 5 o'clock. Dr. Richard Strauss is accused of sexual misconduct from the mid-1970s all the way through the late 90s. Luann Stroya is on campus trying to learn more about this. And Luann, what more have you discovered this evening? All of these really cool gadgets may help to make life a bit more convenient, but here's the issue. Experts say this convenience may be costing you a bit of your privacy. Not only is this the first weekend of May, it's also a big party night. People all over Central Ohio are out celebrating Cinco de Mayo tonight, and deputies are out in full force as well. Rob Wells live in the Arena District for us tonight. And Rob, it appears that you are in Party Central tonight. Another thing to consider, think about the pictures that you set up on your profile. Depending on your camera phone settings, a basic image search can reveal exactly where you took the photo. In this case, it was right in front of our Dublin Road studios. These workers may be in luck tonight. A group of local businesses are now lending a hand to get these folks back to work, doing all they can to help them out of a pretty bad situation. And something to keep in mind, finding a trade job doesn't mean that you won't need any further education past high school. A lot of these jobs require certifications or even an associate's degree, but the cost, of course, is certainly a lot less than your average four-year college degree. You know, and a lot of high school students learn pretty early that college is the way to go. But what a lot of folks don't realize is that there are literally millions of trade jobs across the U.S. that pay, get this, an average of $55,000 a year. And these jobs don't require a bachelor's degree. In fact, we spoke with a number of local companies who simply can't find enough workers to fill the need. We did a bit of research into white picket properties, and it turns out the business doesn't even have a standard address. In fact, they only have this P.O. box here at this New Albany post office. Right now, AEP is working to restore power to about 400 homes still in the dark tonight from Tuesday's tornado in Grove City. They say 50 crews are working long days, and they hope to restore power to a large group of people pretty soon. Steve Levine has been in Grove City all day in one of the hardest hit areas. And Steve, I can just tell by just looking behind you, the devastation there is massive. Jim, I tell you what, you tweeted something today that really hurt my heart.
Uh-oh. I bet it did.
6 weeks ago.
That's in, yeah.
Sunny, 77 degrees.
And dry.
And dry. The last time we had a spring-like day.
A real spring-like day with sunshine and dry.
I'm with Rodney. You're hurting my feelings, too.
That's back in the middle of February.
Happening tonight, the Columbus Blue Jackets are playing their final home game of the season, and this one could be one of the biggest games in the history of Nationwide Arena. The Jackets are making a playoff push and taking on rival Pittsburgh tonight. Sports Director Clay Hall is joining us live there. And Clay, this one has plenty of playoff implications.
July of 2016, I got this letter, and it was just saying, you know, when the parts or whatever come in, I needed to take the car in.
Michelle Mead assumed it wouldn't be much of an issue.
And I called, and they said they don't have the parts, you know, they'll let me know when they get it.
Going on 2 years now, and nothing.
It is frustrating.
Also pretty concerning.
Right over here, you can see
Mead's 2006 Ford Fusion, just one of the vehicles listed under the massive Takata airbag recall. Vehicles made by 19 different automakers have been recalled to replace airbags. Some of those include Ford, Nissan, Toyota, and Honda, just to name a few. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration calling it the largest and most complex safety recall in U.S. history.
Yeah, I just want to get it fixed. I'm scared.
Her fears certainly warranted. To date, there have been 15 deaths and countless injuries related to the problem here in the U.S.
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, I have grandkids and a great-grandson and my kids and stuff. I have people get in my car. If that thing goes off...
The numbers are astounding. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, an estimated 37 million vehicles are currently under recall. But here's the big issue. A number of these automakers simply don't have the parts available for the replacements, meaning that thousands of these vehicles with these potentially deadly airbags are on the roads right now. As we researched this story, we learned a number of people locally with the same issue. Calls, emails, and social media messages to the On Your Side team. One guy with concerns about his 2008 Chevy Silverado. Another woman with a Ford vehicle.
Yeah, said they didn't have them in, that they'd call me when they got them in, but they never did call me.
Anita Mayer waiting on a replacement airbag for her 2012 Toyota.
Well, I don't think it's very good. I think they need to do something about it and everything. They're the ones manufacturing the cars. Why can't they get the parts?
We contacted Toyota on her behalf. The company saying they're researching the issue. In the meantime, Mayer's vehicle now expected to be fixed by month's end. Honda sending us information saying they've created this special website to help inform customers about the recall and efforts to repair affected vehicles. Also, the company saying they have replacement parts for all recalled Acura and Honda models. The 6 on Your Side team also reaching out to Ford about the issues Meade has been having.
The several times I've called and even spoken to people, they've said, listen, there are so many people for us to get to that even when the parts come in, it doesn't mean you're going to get a notice right away to bring your car in.
The company sending us a statement saying in part the unprecedented volume and scope of the industry-wide Takata airbag inflator recalls have created unique replacement parts challenges for all vehicle manufacturers and global parts suppliers. We are working with our suppliers to receive parts as quickly as possible.
That has resulted in the safety recall.
Meade also receiving word her replacement parts would be in by later this spring. We'll continue to monitor the issue to ensure she has a safe vehicle for her family. Reporting in Columbus, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. The mayor says the purpose of this commission is to bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement, but the selection of the current commissioners and the project as a whole has come with a bit of controversy as well.
Ultimately, community and neighborhood safety is everybody's responsibility. We can't simply ask law enforcement and police to take it on alone.
That community buy-in, a key part of Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther's Safety Advisory Commission.
It's going to require us to go about doing things differently than we have before to make sure we meet that goal.
The group has a huge task examining the city's police department.
When you talk about how we recruit, screen, train, continue to educate our policies and procedures, you're looking at everything from use of force to other types of things. This is going to be a significant amount of work.
Part of that process already underway. Just this week, the department announcing on its Facebook page an expansion of the recruiting unit focused on increasing diversity. However, as far as the commission, some have questioned the selection process of the 17 members. We went through pages and pages of documents and resumes. The Fraternal Order of Police digging as well. In particular, the group concerned about members who've spoken out against police strongly in the past and one with a known criminal history.
It is alarming to know that somebody who can't actually sit in our position actually will now have review of how we do our jobs.
The mayor pointing out the varied backgrounds will help to ensure multiple voices are heard.
Well, we really wanted to make sure that this commission looked a lot like the community, and I mean that from background, experience, perspective.
There's also the question of residency. We've learned at least 3 members live outside the city.
I think the overwhelming majority of them do live in the city or work or serve, in the Columbus community. So I feel very confident that we're going to get great recommendations from folks who are very involved in what's going on in the community.
Ginther believes early concerns about the commission simply are not warranted.
The way that we make our division of police transparent, accountable, and responsive is to make sure that we have all the policies and procedures in place to make sure that we're doing the best job we can serving all of the people that live in the city.
The mayor tells me the commission will serve a 1-year term. At the end of the year, they'll provide a list of recommendations for improvements for the department. He also says officers and administrators within the department will also be consulted before any policy changes are put in place. But he stresses tonight this is the first step to improving community interaction with the police department. Reporting in studio tonight, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. Check this guy out. You would think with the ease he strolls up the steps, he was arriving at home and picking up his own packages. Think again. A quick glance to the side, And he scoops up not one, not two, but 3 packages and then slowly walks off.
There's a lot of foot traffic around here, so it's always going to be something that could be happening, especially with as many packages and things that are delivered.
Grandview Heights police now on the lookout for the guy, and so are neighbors.
Fortunately, so my wife is here most of the time, and so it makes it fairly easy to do that. And we try and keep an eye on the neighbors as well.
Folks in the neighborhood say this incident yet another reason to always stay alert.
A lot of times I get texts on my phones when Amazon's delivering something.
Police say this case should serve as a major warning. Now, we do have a few things you can remember to hopefully prevent you from becoming a victim. Have your items delivered to work. Ask a neighbor to be on the lookout for the package. Another idea, require a signature on delivery. If you're not sure that you'll be home, reschedule the delivery. In the Grandview Heights case, investigators believing the video a clear piece of evidence that will lead them directly to a thief.
I mean, I have it imprinted on my mind, so I will certainly be keeping an eye out for it.
Exactly what police are hoping for. Reporting in Grandview Heights, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. Sometimes to give,
yeah, I don't spend a lot on haircuts. It's nice.
You've got to give it all.
This is my mom. She's also shaving her head.
Students at Ohio State
Are you ready?
participating in the St. Baldrick's Foundation Battle of the Bald.
It feels good. Very relaxing.
Raising funds for childhood cancer research. More than $17,000 raised online through this event so far.
I just think it gives them hope, that somebody's raising money and somebody's helping.
As you can see, these folks are definitely motivated, hopeful that these haircuts will not only make a difference for these children, but also possibly motivate others as well. OSU, one of more than 135 colleges and universities across the country taking part.
Feels fantastic. It's my favorite day of the year, I'd say. Love being bald.
Giving just a little of themselves to help someone else. Reporting from OSU, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News.